What is the Force? From a mysterious mystical presence to the ability to lift stuff. This wild phenomenon introduced in Star Wars has taken our imaginations captive. The idea has been expanded upon, misunderstood, and even spun off to create material for new entertainment. After a quick roll for my intro, let's explore a deeper understanding of the Force. Thank you for coming back to my channel. It's been a wild year, but I'm so ready to get back into regular video postings. As always, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe. Now, let's get into it. The Force is described as the energy created by life that connects all life. It's universally present throughout the story, and it's a beacon of hope that our heroes remain tethered to. The will of the Force is always seen as something that's just around the corner. It surrounds and penetrates all beings and is manifested into the living force and the cosmic force. Legends material also speaks of the unifying force and the physical force, but for simplicity, the new canon material has absorbed the physical into the living and the unifying into the cosmic. The cosmic force is a more difficult concept. The overall phenomena encompasses the entirety of space and time, past, present, and future. All of it existing within the cosmic force. Think of visions coming from the cosmic force. The world between worlds is a manifestation of the cosmic force. Perhaps even the Bendu. Maybe if we get more information about the Bendu later, we'll see that. The cosmic force and the living force are constantly giving to and taking from one another to continue the cycle of existence. The living force is the here and now. It's a linear manifestation of life as we are experiencing it. The air, celestial bodies, life in general. The living force ebbs and flows from dark to light, death to life. As it feeds the cosmic force doesn't differentiate between the light and dark. It is corrupted by neither. Dark and light, however, heavily affect the living force. What makes the Force unique in the story is that sentient beings are born with the ability to connect with the Force more than some. Beings are able to do this due to the amount of the midichlorians in their blood. Not to go deep with this, but midichlorians are in constant communion with the living Force and are always communicating the will of the Force to the individual. This allows a being to use the Force to perform special abilities. The concentration of these symbiotes don't necessarily make one stronger than the other. Think of seeing differences between a basketball player who is just absolutely gifted versus someone who has worked extremely hard just to be recognized equally. Midichlorians are essential, but they don't measure the individual fully. Throughout Star Wars, our characters are at constant war with either light or the dark within them. The story forces us to ask a question. Will the individual choose the light or the dark? To answer that question, let's look at two sides of the living force. The light side, ceremoniously known as the Ashla, represents calmness, selflessness, joy, healing, and peace. Though this is true, the light truly allows the Force to ebb and flow as it pleases. The Jedi are the most common practitioners of the light, and their responsibility is to be in communion with the Force and to carry out its will. The dark side, also known as the Bogan, is the total corruption of the Force. It does this by doing one simple thing, bending the Force to the user's will. Using the Force for total selfishness and deforming its will. This deformation knocks the Force out of balance. The path to the dark side is easy to distinguish. Raw emotions such as fear, anger, and hatred practically open the doors to the dark side. Several dark Jedi have laid aside patience and selflessness in exchange for the easy path to greed and power. The most notable practitioners of the dark side are the Sith Order, though there are some who bend the Force to their own will, being apart from this order. Imagine being in a dark room. It's completely void of light. Now what happens if you shine just one small LED pocket light? The small amount of light floods the room. It completely terrifies the darkness. Now imagine 100 of these lights. These pocket LEDs are the Jedi. The light is the Force. Remember Yoda's words. The Force made physical, a Jedi is. It doesn't mean that the Jedi own the Force. It just means that they shepherd sentient life towards it, to be conduits through which the Force illuminates. Where there is light, darkness must flee. Now, if light reveals, then darkness must consume. Practitioners of the dark side stray from the light. The Force is a weapon to those who live in darkness. Using both light and dark is not an option here. If you wish to move closer to the middle ground, you will only find that dark is sucking you in more fervently until you are consumed fully. Because the dark side is so undesirable from the perspective of the light, the dark side's fruit must be sweet, quick, and easy. Look what the darkness took away from Dooku, Palpatine, Malgus, and Vader in exchange for power. Think about this in terms of your own life. You can't seek the truth while being a liar. You can't be compassionate while basking in your own greed. Now, none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, but it's all about what you chase and how you chase it. We truly have balance when we truly use the light to illuminate the path for others. This is a 101 course in the Force. I have several videos in the pipeline going deeper in the light, dark, and balance. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please drop a like or a comment, and I'd truly be honored for your subscription. Take care, God bless, and remember, the Force will be with you, always.